Happy Lughnasadh. Happy supermoon. Happy, let's all hang out together. I am live tonight on YouTube and on TikTok. Been a while since I've done the dress up thing. Those of you guys that don't know, I am super Celtic, super Irish, super Norse, etc. It's where my whole family line comes from on both sides, believe it or not. So I decided tonight, since Lughnasadh is a pagan Celtic holiday, I would dress up in blue Pictish paint. So first of all, let's talk about what Lughnasadh is. So it's also called LAMMAS. It's also called Loaf Day in the Christian practice. It is the first of three Celtic festivals that revolve around the harvest. This is a time when you look back at all of the things that were planted, all of the good you have done, and yeah. Oh, Sandro, I really hope that you find what you're looking for, love, and that all of the hate that's in your heart be removed. I wish you the very best. So, let me go ahead and remove you from the live. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you commenting and pushing me up in the For You page. So there's that. I think that we should probably do some captions here. Let me see if I can get that on here. Let's see here. I know that everybody else was getting it on there, and I never can seem to get it on there. So it is what it is. Let's see. All right, well, I don't want to figure it out. Thank you guys for all of the gifts. I really appreciate it. So let's finish talking about this. So Lughnasadh is all about the harvest. This is the first harvest of the year. So for those of you guys that have been putting out good into the world and that have been getting ready to harvest, both physically and spiritually, emotionally, etc., this is the time when you're going to start seeing your manifestations come to light. Okay, I am doing a massive thanks because I have manifested multiple amazing things in my life this year. And if you guys caught me earlier, then you know that I went ahead and shared one of them with you. The other one is that I have an amazing man in my life now, and I could not be a happier camper. So manifestation is a thing. Manifestation does work, and I'm just saying what I'm saying. Now is the time to start reaping the rewards of what you have put out into the universe. Okay, so now let's talk about the supermoon going on right now. There's three major things going on today, one being Lughnasadh. So it is a time to say thanks and to give back, to thank the universe, etc. Okay, the other one is that we have this massive supermoon going on. So a supermoon is when the earth is closer to the moon than normal. Now, it's going to affect you. It just is. Okay? It just is. You know why? Because the moon affects everything with the earth. It affects gravity. It affects the tides. It affects you. If you've been super emotional lately, if you've been a little out of sorts, if your energy has been through the roof, like you ate every Twinkie in existence, like mine has, if your ADHD has had ADHD, like mine has, you've been feeling the effects of the supermoon. A lot of people have really been having a lot of emotional reactions. So it's okay. It's just the fucking moon. You can blame it all on the moon right now. Every bit of it. Okay? So don't stress about it. It'll be okay. All right? The other big thing today is considered one of the luckiest days of the year. Now, every month has a few lucky days, okay? I have found in my time on this rock that lucky days, the ones that are lucky in love and just lucky in general, they're really lucky. So you have 3 major things today. So no matter how you have felt, if you have felt kind of shitty, if you have felt kind of down, if you have had all your emotions out of whack and so on, it's okay. I promise. But here's the thing. Do something this evening to give thanks to the God that you worship, goddess that you worship, the universe, whatever. You just need to give some thanks, okay? Because you may not have seen your manifestations working yet, but they're coming. So I want you guys to make sure you do something to be thankful, okay? Show the world that you're thankful. And here's the other thing. I'm going to let you guys know this. So all of the craziness, the emotions got to me earlier today. I got Drive by Jesus a lot in a couple of videos, and it really got to me. Thank you, Banjo. Because I don't do that to other people. And I did make a couple of videos that I will not release because I really kind of went on a rant. I may put them out for subscribers only on YouTube, but I really kind of went on a rant. But here's the thing, guys. I know that people want to paint you as the villain. Thank you, Miss Jenny. I know that people want to paint you as the villain, whether it's because of how you look, whether it's because of what you practice, whether it's because of where you live, whatever it is. There's always going to be someone who paints you as the villain. There just is. It doesn't mean you have to act like the villain. And don't get me wrong, my villain switch was completely tripped this morning, but you don't have to act like the villain. In fact, the less you react to their bullshit, the better your vibe will be. The less you acknowledge their bullshit, just let them rant and rave and do whatever it is they need to do. And all you have to do is say, yes, no, and okay. You can greystone them like a motherfucker because it's your vibe you need to protect. It's your inner peace you need to protect, not theirs. There's nothing that you can do to make someone else be happy, to make them act out, to make them have emotions, to make them do anything. There is nothing that you can do. You can only control you. You can only control your reaction. So control your reaction. Okay? Y'all are going to see me in a lot more face paint this year. You know why? You know why? Because I've gotten away from this part of myself. If you guys have watched me for any amount of time, you know, I used to do this all the time. I used to dress up all the time. This supermoon is in Aquarius, and it is all about getting back to yourself, to your inner self, to your soul. It's all about it. So, I'm going to highly encourage all of you to get back to being the badass motherfucker that you are. Don't allow people to let you change. Don't allow people to push you to change. I'm just saying what I'm saying. That being said, there's my little soapbox for this evening. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate some full moon. Let's celebrate some Lughnasadh. Let's celebrate all of the things. I'm thankful for each and every single one of you. All of you guys on YouTube, all of you guys on TikTok. Y'all have no idea. Thank you, Egyptian Queen. I appreciate that so much. If you guys missed my major announcement today, let me reiterate for you, both on TikTok and on YouTube. The Bodhi's shop, Bodhi's Apothecary and Spiritalia, which is Latin, is expanding. I'm expanding the shop. Not only am I expanding the shop, but I'm expanding it almost 3 times the size that it is now. And y'all ready? This is a big major announcement. Big major announcement. Okay? Not only am I expanding it that much, but I will also have a commercial kitchen. And that's all I'm going to say about that until I have more things in place, because we all know bitches be stealing ideas. So we're just going to leave it at that. But I will also say this. The grand opening of this new aspect. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. The grand opening of this new aspect of Bodhi's will coincide with the 1-year anniversary of me being open to the public. I have had a shop privately, working out of my home, working out of the shop, things like that. But I opened to the public 1 year ago on October 28th. So you guys want to hear the other thing of you can't make this shit up? You ready? October 28th this year not only is a Saturday, but it is also a lunar eclipse. It is also one of the luckiest days of the year. You cannot make this shit up. So to celebrate those 3 things and the 1 year and expanding, I guess I could do that, huh? Not only will we be having a massive party at Bodhi's and every one of you is invited, but I will be having one of my friends, one of my favorite friends, Mr. Mark Burnham, who is the current Leatherface in the Netflix flick. He will be there all weekend signing autographs. Yes, you can get one virtually if you can't come all the way to Oklahoma. We are going to be having a DJ. We'll be having puffy tacos. We'll be having a local radio station out. We'll be having all of the things. All of the things. Because we're going to show tiny Oklahoma towns how pagans celebrate Samhain. Yeah? Come join me. Mark your calendars. Yeah? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Mark your calendars. October 28th. I would love to have you there. But if you can't make it, I get it. And we will be doing virtual tickets, okay? We will be doing virtual tickets. If you guys would like to come, there is an RSVP on the website so I can kind of gauge as far as food goes and so on. And as it gets closer to the event, I will have it up where you guys can virtually get your autographs from Mark. I had to wear my crow earrings and they're catching on everything, as I knew they would. So, great question. What is a major difference between pagans and Wiccans? Okay, well, Wicca is actually a documented, well, not documented. Wicca is a religion. There's a doctrine. Thank you, sugar. There's a doctrine. There's a book that you follow, the the Wiccan Bible, okay? I use Bible loosely. But there's a doctrine, so there's rules. Being a pagan means that you have a practice. Generally, paganism is some form of Celtic, Northern Europe, Germanic, Norse, etc. type of practice. But really, pagan is anything that is not one of the, depending on where you look it up, not one of the 3 or 5 major religions. So not Christian, not Muslim, not Buddhist, not Hindu, not Jewish. If you're anything else than that, technically you fall under the category of pagan. But pagans all have a practice that they do that's usually handed down through their parents, their lineage, etc. With Wiccans, like I said, it's a doctrine. There's rules. Most pagans don't like rules. There's a massive difference between witchcraft and Wicca as well, and people don't understand that either. So witchcraft, there are no rules. There are your personal rules, your personal practice, what you have been taught and what you believe. Whereas with Wicca, there are rules. There are rules. So yeah, I hate rules too. This is why I don't subscribe to the threefold rule or the tenfold rule, because the threefold rule is Wiccan, which I am not. The tenfold rule is Christian, which I am not. Now, I do firmly believe in karma. I do firmly believe in balance. What goes around comes around. Most pagans believe in what goes around comes around. But, yeah. So, you are so welcome. I hope that clarified for a lot of people. One of the things that I love too is that with paganism, I don't understand the need for a lot of Wiccans and so on to put a label on themselves to say I'm this kind of witch or that kind of witch or whatever. Y'all, I am whatever kind of witch I need to fucking be in that moment. I am whoever and whatever I need to be in that moment. If I need to be a good witch, then that's what I am. If I need to be a baneful witch, then that's what I am. If I need to be a green witch or a kitchen witch or whatever, then that's exactly what I am. Right now I'm a sneezing witch. And I hate my sneeze, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, y'all don't feel like you have to put a label on what kind of witch you are, because you absolutely do not. Absolutely do not. Tonight, I am going to be doing some rice readings. Rice readings. I have Lurlene's favorite Diet Pepsi. I do have some water like a good girl, which is what I really should be drinking. So, I had a few rice reads left. I did add a few more tickets because the 12 that I had on there originally sold out like that. Also, I did some stuff today, and if you guys are interested in grabbing some, then you should do it really quickly. I hand poured a certain, thank you for the mirror, Care Bear. Thank you. I hand poured a certain number of candles today, and the people that were on the live helped me pick the oil. They helped me design the oil. They also helped me pick the color for the candle, etc. There are only a limited number. I poured them during the height of the super moon today. So the reason I timed my announcement today at 1:13, A, is because of my lucky number, and B, because about the time I started pouring candles and making things was at the height of the super moon today. So those candles are only available either on this event. Thank you, Salty. How are you? I love you, sugar. Or if there are any left, then I will put them on the site. But once they're gone, they're gone. There's also an incense that I made today. Once it's gone, it's gone. And then I did create something new today called Holy Black Salt. That will be a staple on my site from now on, just so you know. And I saw someone ask if there were pagan groups just like there are Wiccan groups. Yes, there are. You kind of have to look for them. Hey, Miss Joy, how are you this evening, sweet pea? You kind of have to look for them a little bit because unfortunately, it became really cool on Witch Talk and Pagan Talk, and now it's starting to get oppressed again. So a lot of them have kind of gone back into hiding slightly. Not me. Not me. In fact, I kind of think I need face tattoos at this point. I'm just saying what I'm saying because I like this a lot. Y'all are going to be seeing this a lot. I may wear it out in public and see what happens because I don't care. But I do care, but I don't care. Does that make sense? So here's the thing. If you guys need a spiritual home, if you guys would like a place where you can come and hang out with us, hang out with other people all around the world, and find people locally close to you, have a good support group as far as your spiritual self goes. Thank you, Salty. I have a coven. I have a very large, very wonderful, very amazing group of souls all around the world, and we would love to have you as well. You can go on my website and you can find everything related to the Black Lotus, or you can go to theblacklotus.org. Join us. Meetings are every other week. If we get a lot more members, then we'll do some other things as well. Just so you know, there is a $10 a month due. Oh, thank you for the Care Bear. There's a $10 a month dues because hosting isn't cheap. Zoom isn't cheap. It just, yeah. But we would love to have you guys. We would love to have you. I got overwhelmed at first when I first put this out last year, and we got like 600 applications in 2 weeks, and we were kind of like, whoa, shit, fuck. But we're better on it now, and we would love to have you guys. We would absolutely love to have you guys. I do not care where you're from. I do not care what you practice. I do not care. I don't care. We don't follow a specific path, a specific doctrine. We are not Dianic. So men, women, everyone is allowed to join. Because here's the thing. This is how I was raised. I was raised that diversity is beautiful. I was raised that the more people you have in a group with diverse backgrounds, the stronger that group is. So I would love to have you. I would love to have you. And the other thing is this. You don't have to only belong to my group. I am not a traditional coven in that aspect, in that I'm going to be like, nope, you can't go anywhere else. Yes, you can. Please, please, please. Go find all the pagan groups you can. Okay? But we would love to have you. We would love to have you. So, hey, Squilliam. We had a few that for some reason didn't get through. I don't know why. Things were going to spam that should have been going to spam. So we'll find you. We'll find you, Squilliam. Okay? Meetings are every other Sunday. We just had one this week. They coincide with the full moon and the new moon. We just had one this week, so we will have one in 2 weeks, but we'd love to have you. With that, I probably should start a little bit of rice reading here and there. Probably, yeah. Let me refresh this because I think I've got like several reads to get through. Several reads to get through. Yes. Oh, Holly, I love that. Well, let me tell you something about Lexington, okay? With this major expansion today, I am not going to be traveling anymore this year. Because I have to get everything done with the physical stuff here. It is a massive undertaking in 3 months. So I am not going to be traveling anymore this year. I'm sad about it, and it kind of is what it is. But I will tell you this. My last appearance for the year was in Paragold here a couple of weeks ago. And I had someone reach out to me today about events outside of the US for next year. So know that that is on the table. Those of you guys in Canada, close to Ontario, that is one of the places that I have been asked about. So there you go. So even though I won't be traveling, you guys are going to see me a lot more. And for those of you guys that have subscribed to my channel, please know that those of you that are subscribers, both on YouTube and TikTok, you guys are going to be getting exclusive behind the scenes access to help this expansion be a thing. Because I want you guys to see how much work it takes. I want you guys to see all of the amazing things and all the shitty things that happen. I want all of it to be documented. So a reality show without being a reality show. Okay? Just for y'all. And if you guys would like to help in any way, shape, or form, there are links on my link tree. The Coven told me that I probably should allow people to help me. I have a problem asking for help. All those Capricorn placements make it really hard for me to ask for help at all, in any way, shape, or form. I know all of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But all the gifts you guys send are going to go toward the expansion. If you guys would like to help out at all, there are a couple of links on my link tree. And yeah, we have been overwhelmed with the amount of people reaching out already today, just to ask to come help physically in person. And we are going through all of those. There is, if you guys have anything that you want to help with, please let us know. But here's the thing. We can only have so many people in there working at the same time in some of these rooms and so on. So please don't be offended if we can't use you physically, and be careful telling Sass that you will work, because that woman will absolutely put you to work everywhere. So I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just be careful how much you tell Sass you want to help. Just saying. So if you guys would like to help in any way, shape, or form, everything is welcome, and we would greatly appreciate it. So thank you again for all of the gifts and all of the support. And even if you just want to send protection and love and energy, we'll take it. Yeah. All right. Wow, y'all, my list is done. Okay. Let's start doing some rice readings, yeah? Let me see if I can get the list up here. All right. Let's see here. I hate it when this shit won't work. So if you guys have never seen rice reading, it's very similar to tea leaf reading. It's something that I don't do very often. It's something that you kitchen witchery lovers should learn. Maybe I need to do a class on it. But it's very similar to tea leaf reading. It's just not as messy unless you are like me and sometimes you spill rice everywhere. So there's that. All right, ready? Ready? If I can get through all of these, then I may open up some more tickets, but I have 20 tickets on there already, and that's kind of a lot of reads for one night. So we're going to do some reads, and we are going to also do some bullshitting. Yeah, yeah. Just kind of getting my mojo in the rice. So I'm actually using jasmine rice because I felt like that was a great thing to use tonight. So I do classes on Zoom. Once we get the expansion done, I will be offering classes in person. But right now, I do them on Zoom. I know this is kind of ASMR, right? Just listening to the rice. All right, Suzanne Horn, you are first. Ready? Wow, okay. Let me see if I can point this down slightly so you guys can kind of see a little bit. I've tried to scoot you back as far as I can, but without messing this up. I know you guys on YouTube can't see really well, and I'm so sorry, but yes. So the first thing I see, there's a face here, but there's also, I'm going to say a word, and I'm going to decipher it here in a minute. But the face here, it's kind of, well, first of all, it's a very masculine face, very strong face, big nose. Well, not big nose, but you know what I'm saying, like a very strong shaped nose, and the mouth is wide open like this person is yelling. So the other thing behind here, VI, I'm going to say that someone is really making you out to be the villain right now. And if you look at it from this way, it also looks like a fire with smoke going up. This is someone that is really causing an amazing amount of drama in your life right now. They are painting you to be the villain. They're doing all the screaming and yelling. They are really going out of their way, trying to, they're like gaslighting everybody else about how you actually are, Suzanne. I don't know who this is, but the mouth wide open like this, like they are talking to anyone who will listen. So here's the thing, okay? Let them do what they need to do. Okay? Let them do what they need to do. Because here's the thing. They're trying to paint you to be the villain, but the way that this is, and I know you can kind of see there on TikTok a little bit, but you've got the line here. This is the word, and this is the face over here. So they are trying to make you the villain, but what they're actually doing is they're making themselves look horrendous. Let them continue to do and say whatever it is that they need to do and say, okay, Suzanne, because this is going to end up backfiring on them. Like they are causing all of this smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's really, really about to get rough for them. So here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Okay, Suzanne, when people come to you and say, oh my God, so-and-so said this, or I heard this, or blah, 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 the only thing you need to say to them is, if you don't know me any better than that, then you should believe every word they say, and leave it at that. Because the people that are going to run back and forth and say, I heard so-and-so say this, and then go back and say, oh, so-and-so said, she said this about you, those people are playing both sides of the field. You don't have to entertain them, nor do you have to give them your energy, period. The people that are going to defend you are going to defend you whether you're there or not. And the people that are going to backstab you are going to backstab you whether you're there or not. So let this motherfucker talk and do whatever they need to do, and let them try to paint you as the villain, Suzanne. But know that it is fixing to backfire on them. Okay? And I'm sorry that you're going through this. Been there, done that a few times. But people have learned really quickly with me that I don't care. I don't care. You will always be the villain in someone's story somewhere. You will always be the villain somewhere. It just is what it is. You will always be the saint in someone's story. You will always be the villain in another story. So yeah. It is what it is, Miss Suzanne. But I'm sorry that you're going through that. I really am. That's kind of a shit. It's a lot of shit. So I'll tell you what, guys, as I'm doing some of these reads, if there's questions I can answer, anything like that, I am more than happy to. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Kayla McKagan, you are next. Thank you, Crystal. I'm really digging this one. I actually had my face painted at 7, and I decided I didn't like it. And so I took all my makeup off. And yeah, thank you for saying I look like a Valkyrie. I really appreciate that. I'm actually going to be letting my side grow out. Yeah, probably going to regret that in a couple months. But yeah. Yeah, how this looks, I'm thinking it needs to be a thing. I'm going to sneeze again here in just a minute. Any advice for new witches? Take everything you hear on Witch Talk with a grain of salt. You know what resonates with you. And don't let people gatekeep the things that you were taught to do. Okay? How old do you think I am, love? It's supposed to be rude to ask a woman how old she is, but I don't care. How old do you think I am? How old? You guys that know, don't say anything. How old do you guys think I am? I'm just curious. Oh, Bitsy. I love you, sugar. I love you guys. Oh my God. Okay, okay. Ladybug got it close. Ladybug got it close. I'm 46. I will be 47 in January. So yeah. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Because how many people don't live to be 30, much less 40 or 46? So yeah. All right, Kayla. Woo. That's awesome. So there's 2 lines. There's a ship in the middle here. This is so much travel, Kayla. So much travel. Let me see if I can pull this down. It's a little harder to see that way. Oh yeah, on TikTok you can see it. See the mast of the ship? There's the bottom of the boat going that way. There's actually 2 lines like this. So right here, this tells me about travel. It's going kind of uphill. So it is kind of an uphill battle, but I don't know what this... Okay, let me start that sentence over. Whatever it is that you're in the process of doing right now, Kayla, it is not only a lot of work, but it is so worth it. And here's the thing. These lines like this, I mean, there's 2 very straight lines on either side of the ship. I'll try to turn it again so you guys can see. See right there? It's literally like a runway. It seems narrow right now, but it's getting wider and wider and wider. So you have absolutely done what you're supposed to do. And you are completely on your way. I would firmly expect that there is some actual physical travel involved with this, whether this is just traveling to a new job or whether this is a vacation or whatever this is, Kayla. This right here is a lot of movement. When I see the boat, I see the ship, and I see it going up this runway that's getting bigger and bigger as it goes out. Love. I know that this part back here has been hard as shit because this angle's like this, meaning that you've been in a bottleneck for a long time, and now it's starting to do this. So this is fantastic. First, congratulations, and second, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me just say that, hold on, because your ship is also towing something right here. To be honest, it looks like a smaller ship. Thank you for that, love. I appreciate it. To be honest, it looks like a smaller ship, but it's not weighing you down or anything like that, meaning that this is a second part of your path that's going to manifest as you go forward. Okay, this is fantastic. I'm just saying, it's fantastic. But hold on to your butts, because as you get out of this bottleneck and as you get out into open waters, the wind picks up, the storms can come. So just batten down the hatches when they come up, and don't stress about it too much. This is a big, huge, amazing ship right there. I mean, you can see it really clearly. See it? You can see it really clearly on TikTok there. It's a very well put together ship. You've been doing the right things, and I have a feeling that whatever it is you've been manifesting back here, it's fixing to be kabam. Okay? It's fixing to be a lot. Fixing to be a lot. You do have a bump coming right here, though. Let me say that, because where the front of the ship is, there the line goes up just a little bit, so you do have a little bit of a bump coming. But just know after that, it's, yeah, so it may be a little bit of an uphill battle to get over this hump, but honey, there's no stopping you going forward. There's just no stopping you going forward after this point. So, massive congratulations. Massive congratulations. Okay? I love that you're like, yeah, let's do that thing. Yes, 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 yes. All the things. Thank you, Veronica. You're so sweet. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to tell you right here. Hang on, I'll answer your herb question. Whatever it is, all this hard work you put in back here has been well worth it, Kayla. It has been well worth it. And it's wonderful to see you again. There's a lot of you guys that are in my live all the time. And whether you realize it or not, we're friends. We're friends. Okay? And just know that I am in the process of following all my subscribers back, because a lot of my lives going forward will be subscriber only lives. So you guys can learn how to take something from start to finish and make it a very spiritual space. Thank you, love. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Oh, thank you guys for hitting my goal. I just thought the stars were appropriate. They need to make a super moon. They need to make a full moon one. How do we get TikTok to make a new gift? Like, they do it all the time, but TikTok, I know you're listening. We need a moon. We need a moon. Okay. Can you use the herbs you bought for me for a tea? Yes, absolutely you can. All of our herbs are from only 2 different trusted sources. I'm very careful about where I get my herbs from. If they are hand gathered by me, it will say on the listing, it is hand gathered by Bodhi, but usually those are things that you don't use in foods anyway. Any herbs that you get from us, yes, you can absolutely use them in a tea. They are all from 2 different sources that are organic. They don't use pesticides. They don't use things like that. So yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for all the stars. Britain has the full, that's not, why can't we have it? Why can't we? I'm a little upset now. I'm a little upset. I want a full moon. All right. Olivia Mills, are you ready? What does Olivia need to know? I've always loved that name. Olivia is just the coolest name. Every time I hear the name Olivia, here's what I picture. Some beautiful, like, Greek goddess with long, dark, black curls, sitting by the sea with her golden skin. That's what I think every time I hear the name Olivia. I don't know why. I don't know why. right. That was a lot. Okay. So the first thing I notice about this, as it comes out like this, there's a little bit of a pattern here. So there are some star points, you know, like the tips to stars here and there. Here's what I'm going to say. Because they're kind of discombobulated a little bit. There's one up here, there's one there, one there, one there. But in the middle, it's starting to come together. What it looks like is something that has, you ever see those CGI things where it's like they take a star and then they kind of break it apart like this, and then it comes back together? You know what I'm saying? What are those balls? They start like this, and you pull them apart and they get really big and you can put it back together. That's exactly what this is. So you're in the process right now of being put back together. I think that you're like a lot of us, where you had this really intense path you were on. You had a lot of things going. You had a lot of spiritual steps you were doing, mental, emotional, you had all the things, okay? And then suddenly it's like they started to do this, and they started to get kind of discombobulated, and you didn't really know how to pull them back together. So they've gotten kind of out here like this. Well, now they're starting to do this. Thank you for all the compliments. Y'all are making me blush. Stop it. All right. So all of this is coming back together. It's not there yet. You've got, so the one thing I do love, if I'm looking at this like this, the main point up here of the star, this is the spirit. When it comes to the pentagram, this is the spirit, okay? So seeing that that is the first thing that's come together, it tells me that you have really gotten back to your spiritual practices. And that right there is key. It really is key. I don't care what it is you practice. I don't care if you're pagan, if you're Wiccan, if you're Christian, if you're Jewish. I don't care. When you get back to your spiritual practice, what resonates in here with you, that is what is going to get you back to everything else. Okay. Hey, Katie. How are you, sweetie? Yeah. I'm so glad that you got a big manifestation in that. Congratulations. There's a reason we've been working on manifestation this whole year, and you guys are going to start seeing it. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You're struggling. Well, we're all here for you, Katie. Will you hang out with us for a little bit? Will you hang out and just let's ignore the whole world? Just hang out with us. Okay? Yeah? Because I love you, and I would love to have you here and hang out for a little while, okay? So, yeah. Just hang out with us for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you're here hanging out with us too, Shirley. Today is the first harvest. Yes. So, Olivia, the spirit is coming back together. So when you are feeling the need to get back to the practices you used to do. Oh, I love that, Miss Joy. That makes me so happy. When you're getting back to what you need to do, when you're getting back to your spiritual path, everything's going to start falling into place. All of your elements will fall into place. They're all there. They're just coming back together. So everything's going to start locking into place. It's not going to do it in a logical order because this is just kind of crazy out here, okay? But everything is going to start locking back into place, okay? Just give it time. It's all there. The spirit is coming together. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Okay? Hey, Nix, I love you too. So let's say this, okay? Hey, Bree, I'm sorry. So here's the thing. And this is for all of you guys. When the universe kind of pulls you off your path, when it pulls you to the side, when it discombobulates you, when it does all the things, disconnects you, it's going to reconnect you. You just have to trust your gut. You have to trust your gut. So here's the thing about your intuition. Your intuition, your gut is never going to lie to you. It's never going to lie to you. Your brain will try to logic through everything. Your heart will try to reason through everything because it doesn't want you to get hurt. But your gut, your intuition is like that 5-year-old kid that has no filter. It will always steer you in the right direction. But you have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. Okay? Okay? Yes. All right. Namarta. I'm going to murder your last name if I even try. Am I pronouncing that right? Namarta? All right. We're ready? How is it pronounced? So I know, so I'm saying it right. Numritha. Is that right? Numritha? Numritha. Numritha. Yes? Is that better? Is that right? Numritha. Okay, I'm gonna have to repeat it over and over and over so I get it right. Where are you from? And I bet everybody pronounces your name the way I just did, huh? Thank you for spelling it out for me, for like sounding it out for me. I appreciate it. All right, you ready? Wow. So there's two things I saw right off the bat, okay? There's two things I saw right off the bat. One is a flamingo and the other is a flower, like a carnation. So now I have to look up what those mean because off the top of my head, I can't remember what they mean. But the flamingo is standing on one leg. It's got the head over here. Let me pull this down. You can kind of see it. So there's the leg, there's the head, wing up here. The flower is kind of the same, stem, carnation. There's a couple of little buds that come off. So, yes. Now I gotta look up what the flamingo is, what the meaning of it. Make me work. Here we go. Beauty, balance, poise, and potential. Now, I know that carnations are given as a token of friendship. So the other thing that I love about that is this. So with these little buds coming off of this as well, and with this being a very strong bird that's poised on one leg, you're at a very interesting glow up time in your life right now. A lot of times when we're about to go through a big, I don't want to say level up because it's different. You guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. There's a big difference between a level up, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, whatever, and getting in tune with you, what people are like terming as a glow up. That's two different things. You're coming into your own personal power. Before this happens, we always go through this phase where it's just shit. It's just shit. We go through this phase and it's usually like a month or so where we just feel down. We feel like we're like just the ugliest thing to walk the earth. We feel like we're not worthy of anything. We're just kind of like, well, fuck this. I don't want to do anything then. We just go through this phase. But you're about to step out of that phase into this. Part of the reason we go through that downturn is because that's kind of a personal dark night of the soul. It's not so much a spiritual dark night of the soul as it is a personal one. Spiritually, whenever we go through a dark night of the soul, we're questioning our very existence. When we go through a personal dark night of the soul, it's more that we're questioning why we should keep doing the things we're doing, why we're manifesting what we're manifesting, why we're doing anything like that. Thank you, Miss Shirley, so much. You're about to step into this beautiful, strong, poised position. So my question is this, because what I love about this is that I'm curious if you have been manifesting either a new job or a raise, promotion. There we go. I couldn't words for a minute. I'm curious what you've been manifesting, because what this also looks to me like is someone stepping up higher. So if you've been manifesting a new job, if you've been manifesting a promotion, a raise, etc., I would say that this is in the works as well. You stepping into this personal power shows the people around you, whether it's your current boss or a new boss, that you are worth the money, that you are worth every bit. You keep getting promoted and keep getting raises. I love that. I love that. So you're probably like, I really don't want another one. I mean, congratulations. You probably need to be teaching a class. You probably need to be teaching a class on how to get, all of the things. I love that you just keep getting raises. That's awesome. That's awesome. But what I love about this is you stepping into this beautiful, gorgeous personal power. I know that it probably feels like a lot. You're out of balance, but I have one hair tickling right there and I don't want to mess up that. But when we grow too fast, we start to feel out of balance. We get a little wobbly, but honey, I don't really think that you need to be worried about falling over. Not at all. Not at all in any way, shape, or form. So yeah. I'll show you guys my nails here in just a second because I just got them redone and I'm in love with them. They might be some of my favorites so far. And my dude is sending me pictures of the supermoon from the lake right now. And I'm like, but yeah, don't be stressed about falling over. Okay. You're poised exactly where you're supposed to be poised. So yeah. All right. So they look green until you get them down here, and then they look pink. Yeah. So he managed to do the cat eyes in a swirl for me. And then, of course, the bottom glow in the dark. But yeah, he did a swirl. They are my favorites. And so if you guys ever go to a place that does the cat eye nail polish, the one I use is like the #1. So like when I'm looking down on them right now, they look pink. So they look pink one way, green one way, blue one way, and purple one way. So yeah, in the sunshine, they make my little squirrel shiny heart happy. Namarta. Got it. I'm gonna repeat that over and over and over. Snack, snackety snack. Well, the funny thing about the flamingo is this too. That is also a sign of passion and romance. So if you've been manifesting someone in your life, then there you go. There you go. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Thank you, Bree. All right, Miss Andrea Wilson, are you ready? So to refresh your prosperity bottle, what I would recommend would be to use your oil, the one that is you, that you love. I keep seeing this shadow of the blue, and I'm like, what is on my chin? You see it right there? I keep seeing it. I'm like, what the fuck is on my chin? So, to refresh a prosperity bottle, you want to set it on a little plate, like just a little saucer. Okay, it's better if it has kind of a, you know, the ones like a tea saucer that has the little round circle and then it kind of goes up from there. So then, thank you, love and light. Yeah, this is my favorite so far. This is my favorite so far. Set it with your oil, that's you, okay? Some prosperity oil. If you can't find any, vanilla is always a really good one. Let me think of the other one, because it just went out of my head. I'll think of it in a minute. Vanilla is always a really good one. Date oil is another one. The other thing that I would recommend would be so rice is a great thing to put around it. Rice is actually a symbol of prosperity. You can use alfalfa, you can use peppermint, you can use cinnamon, but yeah. That help? All right, Andrea. I love your face right back. Oof. So this is interesting. All of these fell like in piles. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, like all these little piles. So what's even more interesting is when I look down at this, a lot of these look like teeth. Like if you were to pull molars and just throw them on a thing, they look like teeth. So believe it or not, teeth also represent prosperity and money and strength, because teeth are what make you whole. You know what I mean? But in one aspect, okay, the first thing I thought when I looked at this is that they look like meteors that are shooting down like this, okay? Shooting stars, just shooting down. But then I saw the teeth, and then I saw the duality in all of the pieces. So there's actually a lot here, even though it doesn't look like it, okay? Hang on, and we'll talk about luck, okay? So let's talk about the meteor aspect first, because these are like all shooting in like this. Meteors, when they actually hit the earth, make tektites. Tektite is a type of glass that's formed from a meteorite impact. Depending on where those are formed, they're some of the most spiritually powerful stones on the earth. So when I'm looking at this, even though it seems like there's a lot of things coming down at you right now, it's going to turn into an amazing spiritual thing for you. The teeth being represented right here are prosperity and strength. So that tells me that you've got to have a lot of inner strength when it comes to all of these things falling down. The prosperity will come, so don't stress about that, okay? The other thing is the duality of the things. A lot of 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 2 and 3 are very powerful numbers, and 23 is all about change and transformation. Don't get me wrong, you have a couple little stragglers here and there, but even though it feels like you're getting hit repeatedly with meteors, just know that those are setting up all of those craters to be really intense, amazing, spiritual things, experiences, practices, gifts. Okay? Yeah. You have to have a lot of inner strength to deal with this. Okay? So yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot in a small time. It's all going to happen really, really quickly too. I'm just letting you know. I don't know if that's what you were hoping to hear or not, but yeah. I mean, a meteorite impact is fantastic and scary at the same time, you know? It just kind of is. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that so much. So I hope that made sense, Andrea. I don't know if she's still on here or not. I saw her a little bit ago. All right. Christine Carver. Let me refresh my list. Got a weird little itch right there. Okay. I was worried it was gonna like redo everything. I was like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. It did that time. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There we go. All right. I don't have makeup there, so I can itch. Here we go, Christine. All right. Thank you for the owl. Thank you, Care Bear. Oh, there was a piece stuck to my, like the meat of my thumb for a minute. Ooh, there's a clock. The first thing I saw, this looks like a clock. Thank you, love. It looks like numbers on a clock. But what's interesting is, let's see. Woo! 8, 9, and 10 are missing. So it's 3. And all of this is kind of like, there's a little piggy right there. Okay. So let me pause. Christine, I hope you're here. Let me just say this before I go too much further. You are not running out of time. You are not running out of time. Okay? So I'm trying to move that where you can kind of see a little bit, but you've got, it looks like the numbers on a clock except for right here and right here. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. You are not running out of time. Okay? You're not. I feel like I'm gonna yawn again, so I'm like, just do it, get it over with, but it's not wanting to do it. You feel like there are things missing from this timeline that you're on. There are, but they're not. They're missing from the linear time that you think it should be, but it's because they're kind of all gathered right here. You see? Everything is gathered here. So even though there's no 3, it's right there. Even though there's 8, 9, and 10, they're right there. You have some arrows pointing in like this. You have a pig over here. It's really interesting. You also almost have like where there's 2 things here and 1 thing here. There it is. I knew it was coming. Time isn't time. Time isn't linear. Time is not what human beings have to make it be. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. Humans have to have measurements of things for the majority of humans for their brains to work correctly. So to have a measurement of time, to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, have things broken up like that is how we think of time and how we think of things that have to happen in our life. But that's not correct. It's not correct. Okay? Time is literally everywhere. It's fluid. So where you feel like you're missing stuff and where you feel like you're running out of time, you're not. It's just those things have shifted. You feel like you're running out of time. You feel like those things aren't there because they had always been there. And now that they've shifted, Everyone else puts due dates on stuff. I understand. I really do. And I'm gonna tell you this, and the thing is, this is for all of you, because every single one of you is going to go through this phase repeatedly as you walk your spiritual path. You're going to go through phases where you can't talk without yawning, and you're going to go through phases where you feel disconnected from time. You feel disconnected from everything else. And when I say disconnected from time, it's like those times when you may not be doing anything and you look up and you swear it's been 2 hours, but it's been 5 minutes. Or you swear it's been 5 minutes and it's been 2 hours. Where you're disconnected from the flow of normal things. When you start to walk a spiritual path and you really start to level up, time behaves differently. Time behaves differently. I know I always joke that if I had a superpower, it would be to pause time. But to be honest, there's a lot of times that if you kind of understand that time is not a linear thing and that it is fluid, you can kind of bend it slightly here and there. That's exactly what you're doing when you're having these moments where it feels like it's been so long and it's only been 5 minutes, or it feels like it's only been 5 minutes and it's been 2 hours. You're technically bending time. You're bending time. That's what you've been doing. So this is why, and I know you guys are like, all right, bitch, whatever, are you crazy? I'm going to go on. But seriously, you're bending time. How you use that time is up to you. All of these things are still there. They're just bent. Does that make sense? They're just bent. They're not in this normal clock circle like we're used to. You're leveling up, so they're bent. Okay? That's the only way I can explain it. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Jessica. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Hey, Serinda. Kind of like a dolly clock, yeah. I've actually got a clock like that in my living room. They call my Alice in Wonderland clock, but it looks all melted and stuff like that. So yeah, get you a clock like that. It'll help. I promise. I promise. I don't know why, but that clock makes me feel better. So I always know where somebody is in their spiritual path by how my clock makes them feel. If they get uncomfortable with it, I'm like, oh, we're not on the same level. We're not on the same level at all. So all of those things are still there, Christine. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it so much. You feel like well, I'm going to tell you what. I have a 24-hour live on Friday. Guess what y'all going to get? Guess what y'all going to get? You're going to get a tour of a lot. Thank you for that. My son's friend told me that my house was like a museum and he was afraid to breathe in. I was like, well, it's a messy fucking museum, but thank you. Gail Lawson, I have you down twice. Hang on just a minute here. Did you mean to book twice, Gail? So the 24-hour live starts on Friday at 1 p.m. Central. It's on my list already. Thank you, Tammy. No, just once? Okay. I'll Hey, Sass, are you here? Thank you. Gail, Sass will get your other one refunded for you, okay? We'll get it refunded for you. I was like, wait. wait. So, yeah, I got you. You guys didn't know you were getting ASMR, did you? I got a piece of rice stuck under my nail. Okay, I got it. I was like, son of a bitch. All right, that was irritating. Okay. The key when you have on makeup is just to pat itch. You can't really itch. You got to pat. All right. So the first thing I saw when this kind of splatted like this, let me show you right there. Well, it's actually easier to see the second thing than the first thing. There's like an interesting dragon head right here. But then as I started looking at it, it looks like a very ornate bird with the wings out. I can't remember what they're called, but there are a whole bunch of different birds that are very ornate. And when they do a mating dance, like they flay their wings all out and stuff like that. Not a peacock, but just they're like smaller birds and they flay their wings all out. This bird is absolutely performing. It's like, here's the bulk of the bird and the wings are coming out like this. But in a way, it also looks like a phoenix where you've got this middle part and the wings coming up like this. That's usually how phoenixes are portrayed, with the wings coming up around them. There's also a lot of military insignias that have the wings coming up like that. So there's a lot of very powerful symbolatry here. So let's talk about the first one, okay? The first bird I talked about, because the dragon is, as I look and I'm seeing the bird more and more, it's harder to see the dragon. But the symbolatry of that bird in particular is that that bird is putting on a show. They are trying to attract whoever, whatever they're trying to attract, if that makes sense. So right now you are kind of in performance mode. You have your wings all splayed out and you are showing people why they need to pay attention to you over other people. Okay. The other aspect of this, let's talk about the phoenix aspect, because this goes right in with the bird performing. When someone goes through a really, really nasty, hard fall, and I put that in air quotes because I know y'all know what I mean. A fall is different for everybody. When you go through this nasty fall and you rise up as that phoenix, it's the same thing as putting on that performance, okay? You are now back to your original self. You are back to your original self, but better, stronger, more intense, more specific. You are really, really paying more attention to you, okay? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. With this phoenix symbolatry here, this is you rising to a whole new level. Now, if we look at the military aspect of it, because like I said, there are a ton of military insignias that go along with this as well. Most of the military insignias that I know of, and I am not an expert by any means, okay? But I do love me some history. There are, this type of bird with the wings coming up like this are used all over the world. I mean, it's even the symbol of Isis. So not that group, but the goddess Isis. Let me pause there. The goddess Isis. Wings are transition, wings are power, and wings are freedom. So those three things is what this represents. Power, transition, and freedom. There is one little thing right here. Let me see if I can pull this back without messing it. See the one little piece right there. It's like the bird is stretched out. I don't think you see that yet. This is like, okay. So this is like the fruit that you're reaching out for. The head here is kind of tucked in like this. You're not seeing the fruit just yet. You're not seeing the fruit just yet, but you will. You will. And you've already got it in your grasp. Literally all you have to do is look up and it's right there. It's right there. Okay? The thing about the phoenix as well is that you kind of have to get to the point where you're done and you just let everything burn before you can rise up from the ashes. Before the phoenix arises, there has to be ashes for the phoenix to arise out of. And I know that that's the sucky part, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's exactly what we're trying to manifest. I would say you are completely on the right path, my friend. Completely on the right path. Okay? Yeah. It's coming. And I have a feeling that it'll be a wham, bam, bam. Just really quick. Just really quick. Aww. I'm glad. I'm glad. That makes me happy. That lets me know I'm doing my job. Yeah. That lets me know I'm doing my job. I'm glad I could help in any way, shape, or form, honey. So does this help? Aw, thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. All right. So I can kind of already see where this is going, and we're going to go ahead and do that. All right. I don't know who that person is, but they came in here with a brand new page and they were just tagging people randomly. Nope. 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 Not playing that game. I like the butterflies too. They're really pretty. And Sass will get that refunded for you, Gail, okay? All right, Miss Kathy Mazzell. You're welcome, sugar. Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Well, the reason that I went ahead and blocked that person is because they were saying that they were someone else. Thank you for that, love. I saw the name and it was like something official account. And when I clicked on it, because A, there was no blue check. Oh, thank you for that, Amber. There was no blue check. And when they have no followers, none. So this is a brand new account and I have a feeling it's a scam account. And as someone that has like 100 and something scam accounts of them out there, I don't tolerate that shit. And so when I see it, nope, I'm out. I'm not going to be a part of it. And I'm not going to let my followers and my friends be a part of it either. No, ma'am. I'm very protective of my people. So there. So there. I got you. I got you. All right, Miss Kathy. Aw. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nicole. All right. Miss Kathy Mazzell. So there's like a face right here in the middle. What? Oh. Sass, did you accidentally try to call me? I was like, what the hell was that? It just said you missed a call from, and then there was nothing. And I'm like, the fuck? So I had to pull it up. My nose ring is crooked. Y'all didn't tell me my nose ring was crooked. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? That was funny, Sass. That was really fucking funny. I love she was like, oh God. Everybody was checking their phone. Everybody's like, oh shit. Okay. Miss Kathy was the full moon is everybody and everybody's business. It does. It totally does. It totally does. It is what it is. All right. So, Kathy, let's get back to this, okay? So there's totally a face here in the middle. I'm going to say that this is a younger man. Late teens, early 20s. I would say probably early 20s. They're actually surrounded by this interesting little bubble here. This person is insanely intelligent. They have a big old brain. They're super intelligent. But I also see something, not like somebody's holding something over their mouth. So don't think that, okay? But it's like there's something across here. It's like they can't words. They can't get it out. It's so weird. Something is holding them back from letting out their feelings, because they have this massive brain here. And then they have whatever this is holding them back here. But this bubble out here is also, it's like something is literally protecting this person on several different fronts. Okay. Something is protecting this young man on at least 2 fronts. And the things around him out here are more like spirit guides, spirit animals, etc. There's a lot of them. Like there's literally a wall of protection. So this frustration with not being able to get out whatever it is he's trying to say, it's starting to cause some issues. Because where it shows like his brain is really big up here, like smart wise, there's like some pieces that are going like this. So he's starting to feel frustrated. He's starting to feel a little bit crazy. He's starting to feel like his voice doesn't matter because he can't get these out. So here's what sucks. I don't know, and I can't really tell if this spirit team or whatever is protecting him from speaking out or trying to protect him from whatever is holding him back. So he needs a different way of communicating. He needs a different way of communicating, whether it is something like artwork, music, something like that. He needs a different way of communicating, because right now he's being held back where he can't communicate. What I would recommend is to find something creative, because anybody that's intelligent needs something creative. Hey, Chuckleberry, how are you? And I would do something that's not just free form, because it needs something structured to it. That's what I would do. Okay. But yeah. Something with circles, something with a ruler, with, you know, drafting circles, whatever. That's exactly what I would do. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Yeah. This is really intense. It's a really intense, thank you, Kathy. It's a really intense wall of protection. Now, you don't want to you don't want the wall to go away, because the wall is there protecting him on purpose. Okay? The wall is protecting him. Don't let that go away. But he needs something to help him communicate better. All right? So I don't know if you're here or not, but I hope that helps. So yeah, I hope that helps. All right. So those of you guys just coming in, welcome and happy Lughnasadh. This is also LAMMAS, Loaf Day, all of those things. There's Kathy. Did that make sense, Kathy? I thought I saw you earlier. But now I sat on this. Okay, there we go. So this is a major holiday in the Celtic tradition. Good. I'm so glad that made sense. It is one that is celebrated. It is the first harvest of the year. And being that both sides of my family, I'm 3rd generation Irish on one side, and both sides of my family, thank you for the Barbie car. I have a lot of Celtic roots. Let's just say it that way. A lot. I decided that this evening, instead of doing any kind of black or whatever, because usually I use my brush liner and so on, I decided to do some Pictish, some traditional Celtic blue. So the Pictish warriors, if you guys don't know about them, thank you for the heart, Chris. If you don't know about the Pictish warriors and you have Celtic in your bloodline, you need to go look it up. You need to go look it up because they used to use the woad plant and they used to make this blue paint. They used to paint their whole bodies. In fact, a lot of Pictish warriors fought in the nude. They also piled their hair up on top of their heads. They were also some of the first documented peoples to color their hair in unique colors, mainly this. But yeah, Pictish is Pictish, Pictish. If you look up Celtic face paint, you'll find it as well, all of the blue. But yeah, Pictish warriors are fantastic. They are fantastic and scary, and yeah, it's awesome. I actually have an art piece that I ordered, a print of a Pictish warrior that will be hanging in the shop. So yeah, if you don't know about that, you should go learn because it's fantastic. All right, Willow Wells. Let's see here. All right. All right, Willow. Ooh, what are you flying away from? So when I dropped this, there's the big shape of like a Canadian goose, you know, with a real long neck and a body and the wings are out. So I don't know what you are flying away from, Willow, but I'm going to say that you're making the right decision because this bird is beautifully stretched out, long neck, and it's completely flying away. Whatever it is that you're flying away from, A, you're doing the right thing. B, it is going to take you a little bit to get completely away from it because there's still some straggling pieces of it hanging all out over here. Okay? The other thing I'm going to say is this. I know that you feel like you're not quite getting off the ground with this flight yet because the wings aren't as formed as they should be. But the body and the neck and the head is beautiful. And we yawn. Okay. All right. The wings aren't as formed as they need to be, but they're getting there. Okay. So don't stress out. Don't stress out too much. They're getting there. The other thing I'm going to say is this. Even though it's going to take you a little bit to get off the ground, don't stress. I know that's easier said than done. It's like when somebody tells you to calm down when you're upset. But don't stress too much about this. You've already done the hardest part of this, and that is to be done, to get some freedom, to move forward, to move on. Making that decision and sticking with it is the hardest part. So now you just have to build the wings to move forward, okay? There's going to be a little bit of straggler, and there are going to be things you have to cut off. Like you've already got one thing way back here that's cut off. There's 4 and like a little pinch of something that I think is already like being let go of. I have faith in you, Willow. I have faith in you, okay? Once you get completely off the ground and completely flying and gone, honey, you're going to forget about all these little pieces of shit back here. I mean, I'm just going to say it that way. I know you guys on TikTok can see it. Look, tick, 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 tick. Yeah, little pieces of shit. You're going to forget about all of the little shit back there. It's just going to be little piles of goose shit. Don't stress about it, okay? I know, like I said, it's easier said than done, but don't stress about it, baby, okay? Don't stress about it. It is what it is. I'm proud of you, Willow, honey. Okay? I'm very proud of you. I love that. That was a big, bright, beautiful goose right there. like super bright. Yeah. I'm glad that you love listening to me. Thank you so much. All right. Danae. So for those of you guys still waiting, I have Danae, April W, Carrie, Dawne-Marie, Zoe, Bitsy, Kelley, and Mary. There we go. Do I think it would be sketchy if you went out and spread black salt all around your yard tonight? No, but here's the thing. You don't want to put salt in your yard because it will kill the vegetation. However, if you live on a street and you want to put it all along the curb, yeah, absolutely. Do it. Or you could just make a mix of herbs and not put salt in it. If you guys are wanting to spread stuff in your yard, I'm actually really glad you asked. If you guys are wanting to spread stuff in your yard, here's what I would recommend. You can do your salt mix, put it underneath your doormats, because then it ain't going nowhere and nobody can see it. So they don't know they're walking over it until they're walking over it. And then they get uncomfortable and they have to leave, and it's awesome. But the other thing is this: if you want to spread herbs in your yard, you literally can use a lot of the herbs in your kitchen. Just don't add salt. Just don't add salt. And you're fine. If you ever have a problem with, perfect, then go do it. Go do it. If you ever have a problem with ants, with slugs, I actually have a slug that keeps getting in my house. I hate slugs. I don't have ants here, knock on wood, thank goodness. I've had them in a couple of houses though. But things like that, you can put a line of salt around your entire house, the base, like, you know, where your foundation meets the ground. You can put it there. Know that it will kill anything, grass, weeds, flowers that are right up against your house. But as long as you have stuff planted about like this, but the salt burns the bottom of their thoraxes, so they can't crawl across it. So yeah, there you go. If you guys haven't done anything to sweep out the old, I just saw that Melissa said, I swept out my front door today. Good girl. If you guys have not done that yet, you need to go do it. I have replenished all of my stuff here at the house. I've done it over the last few days. And whenever I get off of here, I have some stuff that I brought back from the shop that I'm going to put out. But yeah, if you guys haven't done that, you absolutely need to, because now is the time to start harvesting things. Just saying. Yeah, I'm going to have a cleaning day tomorrow because Zeus has to go to the vet tomorrow for some blood work. Zeus has surgery on Monday. He has a little tumor under his left forearm. So he has to have that removed on Monday. And so we're going to go do that. And then I have a couple of phone calls I got to make tomorrow. And yeah, it's just going to be a cleaning day. It's going to be a cleaning day. So you guys can see my house on the 24-hour live. So, all right, Danae, are you ready? Let me take a drink here. All right. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate that so much. Danae needs to know. It's interesting. I'm trying to get like a good decent amount and it keeps falling through my fingers. Wow. So the first thing I saw, the first thing that I see here, oh, you can see the second thing I'm about to say better. There's a beautiful woman's face right here. But the other thing I see is a butterfly. So it's like the butterfly's body is here and the wings stretch out like this. The other thing that I think is really interesting is there's a 6-pointed star. There's also an octagon technically. So This woman and this butterfly together are both encased in this beautiful octagon. This, I mean, six-pointed star is technically like a Merkabah. So I would say that right now you are wrapped up in a very, very intense amount of healing, personal healing. And I don't think that this is just spiritual. I think it's literally all around the board. You are wrapped up in all of this. And speaking about the metamorphosis aspect with the butterfly is one thing, but being that I saw the woman's face first and then I saw the butterfly, and let me see if I can pull this where you guys, well, you can kind of see it, but you can't. Literally, it's perfect. It's a perfect six-sided star right there. Six-pointed star, excuse me. But I don't even think you understand the transformation you're going through right now. I know that you know you're going through one. Okay? I know that you're going through one. But I don't think you realize the depths of it yet. I don't think you realize the depths of it yet. It's way more intense and deep than you thought. So when you go through something like this, you're not going to realize that you're going through something super intense until you see the other side of it. Until you see the other side of it. And it's when you look back across what's left of that bridge, because it's like when you're going through this change, you are on this bridge that when you first stepped onto it, it seemed like this big 4-lane highway. And then as you get halfway across, you realize that it's a rope bridge and it's burning behind you. So when you look back at this bridge, you're going to see how intense it was. You're going to see how intense the devastation was that pushed you to this point right now. When you see that, I think you're going to understand the metamorphosis of the butterfly into the woman, because that's exactly what this is here. It's the butterfly into the woman. It's not a caterpillar into a butterfly. It's the butterfly into the woman. Okay? It's freezing. I will say this. If you don't have anything that represents a Merkabah around you, I would get you one. There are also some amazing meditations on YouTube that are to, I wanted to say incite, but that's not the right word, to bring about Merkabah healing with you, because I think that you've probably done a lot of, you've already done a lot of work, and now it's time for the healing aspect, because to do the healing aspect, you have to have all the shit work done first, and that's where you've been doing, is the shit work. So now it's time to do the healing. You can find some different crystals that are in the shape of a Merkabah. You can find some orgonite. You can find all kinds of different things, or really just something that is the Merkabah itself, whether it's just a digital print or something you draw, however you want to do it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. But you're amazingly protected and you don't even realize. I knew that was coming. Stupid ass yawns. You're amazingly protected in your healing, and I don't even think you realize. Thank you, Ophelia. I appreciate it. Your moon's in Aquarius. Yep. It'd be a powerful, powerful evening for you then. So yeah. It also kind of makes me sad. It also makes me sad to look at this, because it tells me that you've really been scraping bottom. You've been scraping your bottom. because that's what happens when you get to this point right here. That's what happens. Thank you for that, love. Here's what I'd recommend, and this you can literally do right now, tonight, whatever. Find you a couple of the just music meditations on YouTube that have the different frequencies and stuff like that for Merkaba healing, to bring the Merkaba in and so on. That will help you. Okay, that will help you, like right now. I feel bad putting it up because this is like the most beautiful 6-pointed star. It's like the most beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm glad that I could help you out, even if it's just a little bit, sweetheart. I'm glad. I always hate putting all of them up because, I don't know, they're really cool. It's cool to see how it falls and so on. So yeah. Ah, here we go. All right. April Williams, you are next. All right. Oh, this reminds me. So, you know how y'all always love my cat eyeglasses? Well, I found some new pairs, and I actually found out how to get the ones I like wholesale. So I may or may not have ordered a whole bunch of them that'll be in this week in a couple of different strengths for the website. Just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Just, you know, saying what I'm saying. So yeah. All right. Like everybody's like, yes. All right. Hey Tiff, are you here? Nope, not all the same color. So I got black, clear, tortoiseshell. I think there's a couple blue ones in there. Things like that coming in. Will you help me later, or remind me later, or I don't know if you want to or whatever, to go in and put the times for everybody's thing on YouTube, and just a list of like their first name and their initial? Pretty please. All right, April. I keep wanting to do this to yours. I don't know why. Just like, I love you. I figured you were. I don't even know why I was worried about it. Not whether I wasn't worried anyway. Thank you, love. Yeah, I'm in love with these two. They came out really cool. I need to do a video because like when I'm looking at them like this, they're pink and purple. And I know y'all are seeing green, but I see pink and purple. It's funny. All right. April. You have a compass. You have a compass. Literally. This. You have a compass. Okay. So let me start off with this, April, okay? I know everybody has heard the thing that says not all who wander are lost, but this is my take on that. Not all who wander want to be found. Everybody knows that not all who wander are lost, but not all who wander want to be found. The fact that you have a compass here and it's really, really grounded to the south, honey, be grounded in finding your way. Be grounded in traveling. Be grounded in wandering. Don't pin yourself down to make somebody else comfortable. Okay? Don't pin yourself down. This is one thing that I've learned personally the hard way over the last few years, is that when it's time for your soul to move about, when it's time for you to do what you need to do, even if you're not traveling really, even if you're not moving around, when it's time, the right people will encourage you. The right people will stand by you. The right people will make sure you have everything you need for your journey. The wrong people will try to hold you back. The wrong people will make you feel bad about it. The wrong people will question everything you do, because it's their job to stop you from doing it. You have an amazing core here in the middle. It is spread out just a little bit here, but not everybody's going to have a super solid core. In fact, I doubt anybody really is going to have a super solid core. Be grounded in not being grounded. Does that make sense? Be grounded in not being grounded. You're going to find that being grounded, not being grounded, makes you able to pivot and leap over obstacles when they come your way. I also would really be watching for compasses like that to pop up in your path as signs, because like this thing is a perfect compass. It's a perfect compass. You guys can't really see it on there, but yeah, it's a perfect compass. Yeah. Don't pin yourself down for anybody. Don't pin yourself down for anybody, because you are meant to be moving about. You are meant to be wandering. You are meant to be finding your path. And you don't need to be pinning yourself down to make someone else comfortable. Okay? Does that make sense? I mean, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, be watching for those compasses. Be watching for those compasses. And I gotta remember not to stretch my arm up like that, because that thing being in my muscle, like, I can feel it. I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. It's stupid. Hey, Debbie. Hello, right back. Yeah. Enjoy wandering, girl. Enjoy wandering, okay? You're welcome so much. All right. Carrie. I can't wait for this 24-hour live. Y'all don't even know. You get to spend all afternoon with me. I'm going to try to go back and forth from the shop without getting disconnected. We're going to try. That's the key there. We're going to try. Oh, hey, Ryder Fox. I'll tell you what. Will you message the website? Will you message the website and just let us know, so that way we can get the right address? Because that we can get it put on there for you, okay? Because, yeah, I definitely don't want that to get wrong. Got to do the pat itch. All right, Carrie. Thank you, love. I'm glad that Larry King thinks I'm fantastic. There you are, girl. You're welcome, Ryder Fox. Before I even put this out, Carrie, it's so funny. As I was digging my hand in here, I got an image of Medusa. It's really interesting. I mean, that's not what I see in the rice, but what's funny is it's like there's a walrus. There's a walrus, but he looks like the walrus from the old cartoon Alice in Wonderland, the original Alice in Wonderland, like the walrus and the carpenter. But he's kind of like hunched. It's like he's hunched over, but he's picking up. He's picking up things. Right now, I gotta look what a walrus means because I don't know what a walrus means. Why you guys gotta make me look shit up? Family ties and friendship. It's a reminder to stay close and care about the people you love and who give you affection equally. Surround yourself with individuals you strive to be, with the individuals that you strive to be like every day. Okay. You are a born leader. Abundance, strength, and wisdom. But I love that he's picking up things here. What I love about it even more is that said to surround yourself with the individuals that you strive to be like every day. Walruses are also humongous. I mean, let's just look at the physical aspects. Walruses are also humongous. They are not something you can ignore. Okay? I wasn't saying you're humongous. What I'm saying is they're not something you can ignore. So the fact that you are taking the time to pick these things up, the walrus is picking these things up, means that you are focusing on 4 people. 4 people here. One of them right here is they're a big part of your life. And then there's these 3 smaller ones right here. So you're focusing on these people. And the way that these are here and the walrus is up above them also tells me that they're very protective. Thank you for that, love. That you're very protective of these 3 aspects right here. Because there's also some things up here on the top that are like coming down. So don't forget about the people that are giving you returned affection. Hey, Sweet Pea, thank you so much for that. Was that Miss Minnie? It was. Don't forget about the people that reciprocate the affection that you give. Those people that are truly in touch with you and you're in touch with them. Those people that they're home. Do you know what I mean? They're your home. Don't forget about those people. Thank you, Kinsey. I appreciate that. Don't forget, okay? I love that you're protecting them, and I love that you're keeping them from being bombarded. But at the same time, you got to yawn. At the same time, know that you have to let them help you as well, okay? I know it's hard, especially when we are the ones who are the protectors. We are the providers. We are the caregivers. We are the ones that do for everybody else. It's really hard to let them do for you at the same time. Yeah, me too. That is wheeze peas and carrots there. Oh, I broke TikTok. Broke TikTok. Yeah, I'm bad at asking too. It's really, really tough. It's really tough for me to ask for anything. That's for anything. Oh, thank you for the owl, Nicole. Remember to let them help you. You don't always have to be the walrus, okay? I mean, or you can be the walrus with the little harem around you that they take care of you and bring you fish. There's that. There's that aspect. Thank you, Binksy. I appreciate it. I mean, who doesn't need a harem of walrus women around you? I mean, come on. Thank you, Eclectic. I love it. Thank you so much. I can't quit laughing about that now. I'm glad it made sense because I'm like, I legit just told you to like get yourself a walrus harem. Can't make this shit up. I mean, maybe you just need to go adopt a whole bunch of walrus stuffed animals. There's that too. You know, potato, potato. Oh, shit. I should not be allowed to speak sometimes. It just is what it is. Thank you, Miss Minnie. My whole head is just plugged up as fuck all of a sudden. This is stupid. It started happening earlier today, and I was like, what in the Sam hell is going on? And here we are. Like, all of this right here just... Yeah. All right. Hey, Lilu Dallas. That's one of my favorite movies. Walrus babies everywhere. I mean, hey, wildebeest, how are you? All right. Ooh, you are just making tracks, planting your feet. So the first thing I see, like I can't unsee it now. I wish that is, I need to get a better camera angle up here. I will next time, I promise. But it's like, bam, you know, in like Jurassic Park where it has the big three-toed dinosaur foot, like that's literally what this looks like right here. One big toe in the middle, there and there. So when I see that, you have absolutely put your foot down about something. And I'm going to tell you this right here. You're absolutely correct in putting your foot down. You're absolutely correct in setting that boundary. Do not back up. Do not move. Do not shift even a little bit of your toe. Okay? Because if you do, whoever, whatever this situation is that you set this boundary with, they are going to rush in and undermine you and knock you over. Okay? So, stick to your guns here. Completely 100%. You've made the right decision. It sucks and it's going to be hard and the situation, these people are going to buck against you, but stick to your guns here. Completely stick to your guns. The other aspect of this is this. Being that this legit looks like a dinosaur footprint, the three-legged, I think it's the T-Rex footprints. That's a lot of ancient power right there. The reason that you had this set in stone and you're like, nope, set in stone, I'm not budging, is because this is a lot of ancestral wisdom behind you that has made you make this decision. They've been showing you all the things. They've been letting you, whether it's dreams, whether it's intuition, whether it's, you know, hearing, whatever it is, they've been letting you, or not letting, but they've been pushing you like this right here, this right here. I love that this came on behind what I'm talking about right now. This is a lot of ancient wisdom behind you here, a lot of ancestral wisdom behind you here. So you made the right decision. You have to stick to your boundaries. You have to stick to your guns. It's been a lot of all the clairs coming through. I don't doubt that a bit. I actually got like goosebumps for a minute there. I don't doubt that a bit. Like, because this is some very powerful energy that's brought you where you are right now. But like I said, if you even twitch a toe on this boundary, it's going to come, like all the water is going to come rushing in and sweep that dirt out from under you. You cannot back up at all on this boundary. Okay? Like, I can't reiterate that enough. You cannot back up one breath, one frog's hair on this. Hello in Australia. That's also one of the places I was asked about next year. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, user honey, I hope that you find what you're looking for, sweet pea. And I hope one day someone throws rice for you. Besides, rice is for prosperity. I always love when people and trolls have to come in and hate a little bit. A, because it does, you know, pushes up in the ratings. But B, it just tells me where they are in their life. So I wish them the best. Well, I was about to say something else before that, but Dawn, honey, just make sure that you're setting that in stone. Okay? Make sure you're setting that in stone. So, good night, love. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Figured I'd do some Celtic face paint for Lughnasadh. Good night, Care Bear, honey. I was waiting for Dawn to pop back up there, so yeah. Yeah. Do not let that come undone, okay? All right. Thank you, love. I keep having someone on Snapchat. It says just me shared chats with you. I don't have anybody on my list that says that. And it's starting to piss me off. Because I was even like, who the fuck is this sending me messages? Nobody. Nobody. That is the answer. No one. Because when I go into Snapchat, which I hardly ever use, nobody. I'm not getting messages. But I'm getting these notifications. Just me is sending you chats or whatever. No, they're not. No, they're not. It is creepy. No, they're not. What the fuck? Y'all get those too? Okay. Okay. Well, when I go in to look at the messages, there's no messages. But it says just me sent you snaps. Just me sent you chats or whatever. And I'm like, I don't even have any pending messages. Oh, that could be, yeah. That could be. Yeah, there's no messages when I look. I don't understand. Is it just to make me log into your stupid service? All right. Zoe, Bitsy, Kelley, and Mary. Yeah, there's a ton on Facebook. There is a ton on Facebook. And what sucks is I'm not going to pay to be verified on Facebook or Instagram because they're going to, like, they want me to put my name, my actual name that's on my driver's license, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. So, yeah. All right. No, I'm not going to open more tickets because, yeah, it's already kind of been a long evening and a long day, and I've got a lot to get done. So, yeah, I'm not going to open up anymore, but I'll do this again. I'll do this again. That's so weird. I'm like, why does it say that I've got, I forgot that April was going to do that. Cool. Cuckoo. All right, Miss Zoe. I look like Jem. Thank you. I appreciate that, Danny. Well, this has been one of my favorites so far, but so I'm probably gonna do this again. All right. Your moon is orange with clouds. That's cool. I haven't got to go out and look at it yet. So yeah. All right. Oh, I love you right back, sugar. All right, Zoe. Well, the first thing I saw was a butterfly with big pointed wings, but it is actually a spider. So it's really interesting. So, I mean, there is the butterfly with the big pointed wings, like the points out here and points down here. But in the middle, there's also a spider. But what's funny is the spider looks like it's like, you know, when a spider is dead on its back and its legs do this, like that's what it looks like. So here's what I'm going to say, Zoe. I don't know if you're here or not, or if you're here on YouTube. But here's what I'm going to say. Because it looks like the spider is on the butterfly's back, okay? Like the butterfly is flying the spider away. So spiders represent protection. They also represent connectivity. The butterfly is moving away from me as I'm looking down on it. And the spider has its legs curled in like that. Something has removed protections for the better. Okay? There is such a thing. I know people are like, you can never have too many protections, and you can't. But sometimes we can have the wrong protections. And if we have the wrong protections in place that end up standing in our way of our path, they have to get removed. They have to get removed. Because if they don't get removed, we can never move forward, because we put up protections and they can't, our path can't go through them. The fact that this spider, the legs are curled in, it's on top of the butterfly, which is going away from me. Butterflies represent hope and transformation. I'm going to say that you just went through something very intense where you realized that your protections either were missing, were not put into place correctly, or they'd gotten removed. Okay? Now, I am going to say that it's the latter. They got removed because the wrong protections were in place. Butterflies also can represent a person who has passed on, who is already on the other side, that is watching over us. Butterflies are a wonderful way of them saying hello to us. So what I'm going to say is that yes, this protection was removed. Yes, this protection was removed on purpose, and it was removed by someone who is trying to make sure that you are on the right path, that you stay on the right path, because I think you're on the right path. I think you just had a protection that blocked the path. Okay? So you had this protection removed by someone who is taking care of you. Usually the big pointed wings like that are a very large butterfly. It's also, I can't remember what kind they are, but they're usually, the ones that I'm thinking of are black and green. Like they have these beautiful black and like green iridescent wings. So, hey Alicia, thank you for subscribing, honey. Thank you. So whoever this butterfly represents, they've removed those protections from you on purpose. They've done it on purpose for your highest good. Okay? Thank you, Tattoo Addict. I appreciate that. Don't be mad at them. Okay? Don't be angry at them, because they're doing it to help you. Okay? They're doing it to help you. The other thing I'm going to say is this, because I feel like there's something under the butterfly that I can't see. Once the butterfly has taken these protections away, and I think you kind of need to give the permission for the butterfly to take them away. then there's going to be something better underneath. I think it's more of a freedom than a protection or a wall or whatever. I think it's more freedom that's underneath here. So, I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Zoe. I know when you guys go further and further along your path, you're going to find out that there's just things that are going to happen that you don't understand. Now, I know you guys are like, well, duh. That's not it. There are going to be things that are going to happen that you're not going to understand. You're going to be like, well, but I did this working correctly. I got all the right signs. It said it was going to work or whatever. I did all the manifestations correctly. Like, you're going to be all the butterflies your grandpa. I love that. So you knew exactly who I was talking about then. There are going to be things that happen that you don't understand because it's like, I did all the things right. I did all the things right. Sometimes we can do the things right, but still wrong. Does that make sense? We did them right for the right reasons, but it was for the wrong part of our path. So they don't work, they get removed, etc. That's exactly what's going on, Zoe. You had all the protections in all the right places, but the problem is it was holding you back from the path you were supposed to be on. That's why it had to get removed. And I don't think it was a very gentle removal, but the thing is, there's something better underneath. I wish that I could like picked up the butterfly and saw underneath, but I couldn't. So, hey, thank you, Cheryl, for resubscribing. I appreciate it so much. So yeah. I hope that helps, Zoe. Hope that helps. Hey, Mad Beauty. I do, but currently I am booked out until January. All right. My plans for the full moon, you're looking at them. I've been working all day because this is my job. So when it's a pagan holiday, when it's a full moon, when it's a new moon, when it's an eclipse, when it's anything celestial happening, I'm here. I'm here. All right. Miss Bitsy Poo, you ready? Oh, there's a big old anchor. So the first thing I saw with this was a big anchor. The second thing I realized is that it's sideways. It's not straight like this, it's sideways. And then I realized that it's actually breaking up in some areas. So I'm going to say this. The things that have always anchored you in one place are starting to dissolve. Okay? You're welcome, Bitsy. Oh, I love hanging out with you guys. The things that have always anchored you in place are starting to dissolve. That anchor, instead of being anchored straight down like it had been and you felt super rooted in place, that anchor is starting to lift. It's starting to float. It's starting to not be stuck in the dirt like it's supposed to anymore. And like I said, it's starting to dissolve. In fact, the part down here, when I'm looking at the anchor, is starting to kind of dissolve. It doesn't completely look like an anchor right there anymore. So when this happens, it can mean that you feel completely off kilter. It can mean that you feel like you're walking sideways. It can mean that you feel like, and here's what's funny, it's like a giddy but worried feeling at the same time. Because it's giddy because you're like, you know that there's a lot of freedom there. But at the same time, you worry. Thank you, Alicia. You worry because you've always had this anchor there. Now, this anchor can be a job, it can be a place, it can be a person, it can be a group of people, it can be all kinds of things. It can be a combination of literally everything. But your anchor is changing. Your anchor is changing. It's changing direction. And the anchor itself is changing. It's no longer that same big old traditional anchor that it was. It's not a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. It just means your anchor is transforming into something new. And just know that you're going to feel really fucked up for a while until your anchor gets back to how it's supposed to be. All right, I'll wait for the red dot of death to go away. There we go. All right, I just had to speak it into existence. So I don't know if you heard me or not, Bitsy. I thought I was going to do a big yawn, but I did not. So here's what I'm going to say again. I'm just going to reiterate everything because I don't know if you heard me or not. Your anchor is shifting. It's not a bad thing. But you are going to feel fucked up for a little bit. So just know that that's a thing. Know that you're going to feel fucked up for a little bit. And let your anchor shift and change how it needs to. Okay? Yeah. Thanks, Kim. But, yeah. Your anchor is going to dissolve before it can get back together. Sometimes our anchor dissolves completely and we have to find a new one. Just saying. Just saying. But good. I was waiting for you to pop up. I didn't know if you had got to hear everything or not. I was like, well, I can reiterate it again if I need to, if you didn't hear it. I'm glad that it makes sense. It's not a bad thing at all. Like, I think that you're going to, I know that your husband is awesome and you guys have a great relationship. I don't think there's any problem there. I don't think there's any problem with your house. I don't, you know what I mean? Like things like that. But it's like a lot of the ways that you feel, a lot of the things you believed, a lot of the ways that you see the world and so on. Those are all anchors. We don't realize that those are all anchors to who we are. So if they start to dissolve, they start to shift, we feel off kilter because suddenly they're not what we thought they were. We may have always seen the world over here in this beautiful yellow, and then suddenly it shifted and now it's blue. You see what I'm saying? It's like taking off rose-colored glasses. We may have always believed this one thing, and then something happens and we realize that's not actually true. This is why a lot of people have problems with religious trauma. They are forced to believe something, and when they shift their beliefs, and I'm not just talking about Christianity, okay? When they're forced to believe something, and then they get out into the real world and they see that that's actually not the way it is at all, then they have a shock. They have a religious shock. You can have culture shock. You can have all of these different types of things. So I think that is what's going on here. I do love that you have an amazing relationship and you have a wonderful husband that supports you on your journey, because that's always an amazing thing when you're going through this kind of thing. So I'm glad you understood what I was saying, and I'm glad that that part didn't cut me out. And yeah. And I'm gonna yawn again. Shit. I'm actually gonna have to go take some damn allergy medicine. I cannot stand myself. I feel like I'm talking out of my nose. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. I mean, I am now. Sorry. I can't even snort. I almost snort loud. I can't even fucking snort. Oh well, shit. I didn't need a snort laugh anyway. This is maybe what breaks me of snort laughing, I guess. Yeah, it's stupid. I was a couple of nights ago too, out of nowhere. It was really weird. But I mean, the heat has been so crazy. The wind has been high today. We have storms moving in here this weekend. Like, it's just so much shit. All right. Well, I'm glad that you would miss the snort laugh, because I would not. I would not. All right. Kelley Alley Alien. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Oh, bad storms all week there. I'm sorry, love. Kelley, I keep trying to pick stuff up and it keeps just like squishing out between my fingers. I think I have rice in my chair. Yep, rice in the chair. That hurt. I was like, what is poking me in the leg? Rice. Rice. Why are you scared? I looked up in time to see Kelley go, I'm scared. Don't be scared. I was turning it because there's literally a face in here. Like, there's literally a face. I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. Eyes, eyebrows. But this is a really interesting, weird beard, like goatee. But what's funny is the face doesn't look like... It's not bad. Okay, so let me say that. It's not bad. It doesn't it's not scary. It's just interesting. I mean, because there's no smile. It's just straight across and a goatee. Oh, really? Okay. Has he been on your mind a lot lately? Because it's just a very neutral face. Does that make sense? It's just very neutral. So what's funny is where all of this is right here, where the bulk of the rice fell, it's like I can see the goatee, but it's like this. Like there's a whole bunch over underneath and I don't know. It's like there's a whole bunch and then the goatee's on top of it. So, honey, I have a feeling that he's trying to communicate and having a problem doing it. He never smiled. I have a feeling he's trying to communicate and he's having a problem doing it. Because there's a couple of little half pieces of rice down here. That one up there looks like a lipstick. It's just spotty right around here. So, I mean, I asked if you'd been thinking about him a lot lately. Here's the thing. I mean, just because I kind of know you personally and so on, do you have times where you go through and you think about him repeatedly? I mean, more than normal. It's hard to not, but I mean, just like it bombards your thoughts. Yeah, I remember, sweetie. I actually feel like it's kind of important. Whatever it is he's trying to tell you, it's kind of important. But he can't get the message through. So here's what I'm going to recommend, okay? Here's what I'm going to recommend. Just because of what I see over the face right here, but I still see the goatee on top of it. Now, before I recommend this, let me say this. I only want you to do this if you feel like you're ready for whatever it is he needs to talk to you about, okay? That is not me, Jen, honey. Please block that person. Because this can be very emotional, okay? When you are ready, thank you, Midnight. When you are ready, Kelley, before you go to bed, just tell him out loud I know you're trying to get a message to me. I'm happy to talk to you in my sleep. You know, tell him I'm going to leave myself open to talk to you in my sleep. Only for you. Not anybody else. Only if it's something that's in my highest good. I'm not going to entertain any kind of bullshit, whatever. And make it very clear that if there's something overwhelming or there's something that's too emotional, that you're going to cut off the communication in the dream. And you will, okay? Even though you're asleep, you will. If you set those boundaries, you will cut that communication off, okay? I had to do this the other night because I was getting chopped messages from my grandparents. And so I had to do this the other night, and I ended up with my grandparents and my mom, which I am in no way complaining about. But he's having a problem getting the message to you. Okay? Oh, hey, Amy, how are you, sugar? Yeah, put your black horse by your bed. If you need me, I got you. If you need me, I got you. But like I said, make sure that you are ready. Make sure that you are ready. Okay? If you have not communicated with him or had him in a dream or anything yet, it's going to be really emotional. Okay? And when you're able to sit and talk to him, that's going to be emotional as well. But like I said, like, I don't feel anything at all bad or anything from this at all. I will say that I need to make sure that I don't wear pants with holes in them anymore when I'm doing rice readings. But thank you, Kelly Louise. I appreciate that. And it very well could be. It very well could be. Just make sure that you're ready. Okay? Just make sure that you're ready. I keep seeing that thing sticking out right there and it's driving me up the wall. Just make sure you're ready before you do that. Okay? But yeah. Aw. I love you right back, Katie. Man, I'm so tired of yawning already. I'm so tired of yawning already. I love you right back, sweet. If you need anything, you know where to find me, okay? Thank you, Brooklyn Queen. I appreciate it. Yeah. If you need anything, Kelly, you know where to find me, okay? Yeah. And yeah, it can be a very emotional aspect. That was weird. I don't know what that was or where that went. Cool, Z's. So my kid went outside and left the door open a little while ago, and I had a weird bug in here a while ago, and it just landed here again. And then when I went to like touch it, I swear it just launched into some other dimension. It was so fast. It launched into some other fucking dimension. So anyway, thank you, Worm. I appreciate that. But yeah, if you need anything, Kelly, you just let me know, okay? Okay. Hello from Australia, or in Australia. But yeah, apparently that's his way of reaching out to you and saying that he's trying to communicate. So yeah. Oh, well, before you guys get super excited that I'm coming, I just had a major announcement this morning, well, this afternoon. I am not going to be traveling anymore this year because of this announcement. Yeah. So I actually will not be coming to Scarefest as much as I want to. I've been trying to get into Scarefest for a couple of years. And, yeah. Oh, Austria. I'm sorry. Austria, not Australia. I'm sorry. I didn't read correctly. All right. So let me do Miss Mary Ann here, and then I will reiterate or go back over, re-announce my big announcement for today. Yeah. All right, Mary Ann. Since some of you guys said you were at work and missed it. So the first thing I saw when I looked down at this, it looks like a little star person. Like it looks like a little star person. It looks like something from Adventure Time, but it looks very magical and whimsical. There's like a little face right there. It's got like a little hat that's actually a star. Its arms coming out like it's a star. It's a person that's a star. So what that tells me is you're kind of fascinated with all things that come with space and stars and aliens and star seeds and all the things. You kind of don't belong here right now, do ya? You kind of don't belong here right now. You're one of those souls that I always love it, the person that goes last, and I'm like, I see why you got the last ticket. Your soul is absolutely one of those souls that made the sign the contract to come here a little early and get, time off for good behavior. The other interesting thing about this is, aside from that, so he's holding, I don't know why I say it's a he, but he's holding something in his hand over here. The bottom rice is kind of curved, just slightly like this. And then it's got a big, long, straight one in the middle. I guess it actually comes over it like that. But, I don't know what that is, but it caught my eye and I had to point it out to you. Yawn. Okay. I'm going to say this. This is also a really interesting spirit guide. Not only is this an amazing aspect of your soul and why you're here, you're on a set path. You are on a specific set path. Okay? The other part is that this is a really interesting spirit guide you have here. This is a spirit guide that they don't understand humanity. Let me just say it that way. Y'all, you can have spirit guides that are not human, that are not from here, okay? This spirit guide in particular, you think so far outside the box and so far differently from other people that you have a problem fitting in. And that's perfectly fine, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to fit in with the norm. I'm done fitting in with the norm. I don't care to anymore. This is the one right here that's kind of in your ear, like, do this, say this, go here, whatever. This is a completely different type of spirit guide right here. I am really curious about what this is he's holding in his hand. It's because he's cupping it like this. So I don't know if this is something that you see in your dreams. I don't know if this is something that you travel and you see travel. But I'm curious. I'm curious. Because I have a feeling you've seen him already, repeatedly throughout your life. I don't think this was an imaginary friend. I don't think this was anything like that. But you've seen him repeatedly throughout your life. He's always been there. He always will be there. Guardian angel, spirit guide, whatever you want to call it. He's always been there and he always will be there. The thing I love about this too is that there are just sparkles all around him. So what I'd love to know is how many times in your life you've seen him, because I have a feeling that he appears as an angelic presence at times, whether it's in a dream or actual reality, but he appears as like an angelic presence so it doesn't scare you. Like, even though he's smaller and he's playful and he kind of appears like a cartoon character sometimes, he is very intense and he is very powerful and he is also very thoughtful and caring. And I think that that's fantastic, to be honest. A lot of spirit guides, well, we'll just say half and half. well, no, maybe not half and half. A lot of spirit guides, 70-80% of spirit guides, they want to make sure that you're comfortable when talking to them, when seeing them, etc. So they will make sure that they don't upset you. Hey, Khaleesi, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. They will do whatever they can to make sure that you're comfortable. Then you have that other section of them, 20-30%, whatever. They're kind of dicks, and they just show up however they're going to show up. Not all spirit guides are good, y'all. Not all spirit guides are good. Contrary to popular belief, not all spirit guides are good. They're not all there for your highest good either. They have to learn shit just like you have to learn shit. This one, however, is really special. This one is really special. So yeah. And I noticed on YouTube that as I was talking, someone said bull. And you know what? That's fine, and that's your opinion, and I wish you the very best. And hopefully your spirit guides don't take offense to you saying that that's bull, because spirit guides can also decide to not help you. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. Woo! Yeah. So, does that make sense, Mary? Oh, I'm so glad that made your whole night. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Ludacris. Yeah, I decided that since it is a pagan holiday and a Celtic holiday at that, that I would dress up with some Pictish blue face paint. So that's exactly what I did. So yeah. Every time you comment, you get cut off. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn off YouTube over here, and I will see you guys on YouTube Thursday. Yeah.